All right, so this is going to be real quick because I left everything at school, so I'm using my kid's computer. Number one, it says, describe any patterns that you notice in the table values. Okay, so looking at the tables, we're going to see that the first thing that we see there is column 1 increases by 1, right? We'll see column 2 increases by 3. We'll see column 3. That's actually the result of column 1 times column 2. If you take column 1 and you multiply it by column 2, if you take column 1 and you multiply it by column 2, it gives you column 3. And column 4, you probably just guessed that, right? Is that column 4 is all ones. I mean, all threes, excuse me, is all threes. Okay, that's something you should very easily get. All right. So number 2, write the second column in a table as a sequence. Identify the common difference. So we'll take 3, 6, 9, 12. Write it as a sequence, 3, 6, 9, 12. Remember your dot, dot, dot. The common difference is 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, difference of 3. Create a graph showing your relationship. So you have 1, 3, that goes there. You have 2, 6, that goes there. You have 3, 9, that goes there. You have 4, 12, that goes there. I understand I'm going fast, and you'll probably have to pause this video. That's fine. Write an expression. Right? Write an expression to represent between the first 2 columns. All right, please remember with your expressions, right? With your expressions, it's always the first, there it is. It is your first term plus your common difference, right? Your common difference times n minus 1, right? So my first term was 3 plus my common difference, which is 3, n minus 1, okay? If you don't end up having something like that, you just got to distribute, right? And so that also equals 3 plus 3n. 3 times negative 1 is a negative 3. And 3 minus 3 is 0, so that would be just a 3n. That's where they got that from. All right, that's where they got that from. Make sure you write this down. Explain how you could use the expression to determine the value that would appear in the 25th term. You would let 25 be n, so then you would subtract 1, multiply by 3. Right, you subtract 1, so that'd be 24, multiply that by 3, and so that would be 72, add the 3, and the 25th row would be 75. All right, so follow the pattern. So now we have the pattern, so now you just got to draw some shapes following the patterns, right? So here's how the next 3 shapes would look. There is how the next 3 shapes would look. Figure 1, right? Figure 1 has a perimeter. Perimeter's counting the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? And so your figure 5 is 5 inches. Your figure 2 is 8 inches. Your figure 3 is 11 inches. By now, you got your common difference. Your common difference is figure 4 is 14, figure 5 is 17, figure 6 is 20. Okay, so by now you have that figured out. What is the perimeter of the 10th? So this is just kind of what we've been going, right? So 6 is 20, 7 would be 23, 8 would be 26, 9 would be 29, 10 would be 32. Okay, and so again, begin with your perimeter of 9 inches and add 3 9 times. Okay, or you just elongate your sequence, okay? Or at this point, how could you figure it out? You should know how to do this variable, right? You should know how to do this expression. First term is 5 plus 3 parentheses n minus 1, okay? And then you just plug in 10. What is it for the 50th figure? You just plug in 50, okay? You would plug in 50. So you would say you would say 5 plus 3 times 50 minus 1. And so that would be 5 plus 3 times 49. 49 times 3. 49 times 3 is 147. So this is 5 plus 147, which is 152 inches. Okay, so that's how that works. 152 inches. All right, so that's how that one works. So evaluate 3x minus 12 if x is 5. So we're just going to plug this one in. We're just going to plug this in. We're going to say 3. It's my daughter's computer. I have no clue. There it goes. So we're saying 3 times 3 minus 12. That is 9 minus 12, which, oh no, it's 5, right? Sorry about that. That would be 5, not 3. That's 5. That would be 15, which that equals 3. So that would be 3, okay? That would be 3. And then we do the same thing for here. We would say if our starting term is 45 plus 15 parentheses 6 minus 1 close parentheses. Well, that's going to be 45 plus 15 times 5 equals 45 plus 15 times 5. That's 75, right? And then that equals 120. That equals 120. All right. That equals 120. Figure 1 of a mosaic pattern contains 1 tile and Figure 2 contains 4 tiles. Nancy and Reagan are asked to predict the number of tiles in the figure. Nancy wrote 9. Richard wrote 7. Who is correct? Explain your reasoning. With only the information, both of them could actually be correct because Nancy assumed that the tiles were the square of the figure number, and Richard, excuse me, assume that the number of tiles increased by 3 each time. You need information about more figures in the pattern to determine. So both of them actually are right. If you can reason out why both of them are correct, both of them are actually correct. Okay, but you have to reason that out. So you have a test tomorrow. Make sure that you're aware on your test. Make sure you're aware that it's the first term. You may have a table that only gives you the second and the fifth and the seventh. You got to find the first term, right? You find the common difference, you subtract that from the second term, and that's how you get your first term. Please make sure that you are paying attention to what you have to do. All right, know how to graph stuff. Know how to find the equations. That's very important. Make sure you know how to find the equations. All right, I hope this helps.